Everyone told you that learning to code was the winning lottery ticket of the 21st century. They sold you a dream where you could learn a little bit of JavaScript, attend a 3-month bootcamp, and immediately walk into a 6-figure job with stock options, remote work flexibility, and unlimited PTO for a solid decade. That wasn't just a dream. It was reality. We all watched those day in the life videos on YouTube where a 22-year-old product manager or junior dev spent 4 hours drinking artisan coffee, 2 hours in meetings, and maybe 45 minutes actually writing code. It felt like a gold rush where the only shovel you needed was a laptop. But if you've logged into LinkedIn recently, you know the atmosphere has shifted. The open-to-work green banners are everywhere, turning the platform into a digital graveyard of optimism. The recruiters who used to spam your inbox daily with offers have vanished like ghosts. Senior engineers at Google, Meta, and Amazon, people who thought they were untouchable, are being escorted out of buildings with nothing but a cardboard box and a severance package. So, we have to ask the uncomfortable question that nobody in the bootcamp industry wants to answer. Did the tech bubble finally pop? Is the golden era of high salaries and low effort over? Or is this just a temporary correction before the next bull run? The answer is complicated. And if you are currently learning to code or looking for a job, you might not like what you're about to hear, but you definitely need to hear it. Before we dissect the corpse of the tech industry, if you appreciate honest, no-fluff analysis of the programming world, go ahead and hit the like button. It tells the algorithm that you prefer painful truths over comforting lies, and it helps the channel grow. To understand why the salaries are crashing and why it takes 6 months to find a job now, we have to look at why the money was so good in the first place. It wasn't just because coding is hard. It was because money was free. For nearly a decade, we lived in a zero-interest rate phenomenon era. Venture capitalists were throwing billions of dollars at anything with a DEO domain name. Companies were incentivized to grow at all costs, not to make a profit. They were hoarding talent like dragons hoarding gold. Big tech companies would hire engineers not because they had work for them, but specifically so their competitors couldn't hire them. This is where the bloat came from. This is why you had teams of 20 people doing the work of 3. It was a fake economy built on speculation. Then, the economy woke up with a massive hangover. Interest rates rose, the free money tap turned off, and suddenly, profitability mattered again. Then Elon Musk walked into Twitter with a sink, fired 80% of the staff, and guess what? Twitter didn't collapse. It kept running. Every other CEO in Silicon Valley watched that happen and realized they had been scammed by their own hiring practices. The efficiency era began. This isn't just a recession. It's a correction of value. The market realized that a junior dev who needs hand-holding for 6 months isn't an asset. In a high-interest rate environment, they are a liability. This brings us to the massive supply and demand problem. During the hype cycle, everyone and their grandmother learned to code. The market was flooded with entry-level developers who all knew the exact same tech stack. If you put out a job offering for a junior front-end developer today, you will get 500 applications in the first hour. 400 of them will be bootcamp graduates with the same generic to-do list app and weather API project in their portfolio. When supply is infinite, value drops. The days of getting paid 150 grand to center a div are effectively over. But here's the nuance that the doomers miss. The bubble didn't pop for technology. It popped for mediocrity. The demand for high-level problem solvers, for people who understand architecture, security, and scalable systems, hasn't dropped. In fact, it's higher than ever. The difference is that the barrier to entry has moved from "can you write" to "can you solve expensive business problems without breaking things?" The middle class of the coding world is being hollowed out. You are either an elite expert who drives revenue, or you are replaceable. And we can't ignore the elephant in the server room. Artificial intelligence. Tools like GPT-4, Claude, and GitHub Copilot didn't replace developers, but they made developers drastically faster. If a senior engineer can now do the work of 3 juniors using AI assistants, why would a company hire the juniors? The latter has been pulled up. The entry-level roles where you used to get paid to learn are disappearing because AI can now do the grunt work of writing boilerplate code, testing simple functions, and generating documentation. The code monkey is an extinct species. The human who simply translates logic into syntax is no longer required. What is required is the architected person who knows what to tell the AI to build, how to verify it, and most importantly, how to secure it. This is a terrifying shift for people who just wanted a comfortable job, but it's an incredible opportunity for people who actually love engineering. The ceiling for what one person can build has never been higher, but the floor has crumbled beneath us. We also need to talk about the psychological shift in the workplace. The leverage has moved back to the employer. 2 years ago, if a developer didn't like their project, they could quit and have 3 offers by the end of the week. That created a culture of entitlement. Now, fear is the dominant emotion. People are staying in jobs they hate because the market outside is freezing cold. The salaries for new roles are correcting downwards. We are seeing senior roles being advertised for salaries that were considered junior wages in 2021, and the requirements are insane. You see Joe postings asking for 5 years of experience in a technology that has only existed for 3 years. This is the market trying to filter out the noise. They are looking for the unicorns because they can afford to wait. They don't need bodies in seats anymore. They need impact. So, is the high salary dead? No. But the asterisk, easy asterisk, high salary is dead. The vest and rest culture is dead. The future of high income in tech belongs to the specialists. We are seeing a massive rotation of capital while front-end web development wages stagnate due to oversaturation in AI tools. Look at what is happening in cybersecurity, ethical hacking, and back-end Python automation. These are the fields where the stakes are real. If a website button is the wrong shade of blue, nobody dies. If a database is breached, if a payment gateway is hacked, or if proprietary data is stolen, the company ceases to exist. Security and data handling are the new gold mines because they are hard. They are risky, and AI cannot fully be trusted with them yet. This is where the leverage is. You need to stop trying to be a generic developer and start becoming a specialized weapon. You need to understand how systems break, not just how they are built. The harsh reality is that the party is over, and the cleanup crew is here. You can't just know code anymore. You need to know systems. The developers who are surviving and thriving right now are the ones who went deep. They are the ones who understand Linux internals, who can write scripts to automate their entire workflow, and who know how to penetrate a network to find vulnerabilities before the bad guys do. The market is screaming for competence. It is screaming for people who understand the deeper layers of computing networking, scripting, automation, and security protocols. The flashy UI work is becoming a commodity, but the engine room, the security infrastructure, that is where the value is hiding. You don't need luck. You need a blueprint. You need to stop learning tools that change every 6 months and start mastering the fundamentals that have stood the test of time for 30 years. This is the pivot point for your career. You can keep complaining on Reddit that the market is unfair, that the interviews are too hard, and that nobody is hiring. You can keep applying to the same saturated front-end roles along with 10,000 other people, or you can look at the data and adapt. You can choose to become the person that companies are scared to fire because you are the only one who understands how the security infrastructure works. You can become the person who automates the work of 5 people using Python. The choice is between obsolescence and indispensability. If you are tired of feeling vulnerable in this volatile market and want to build a skill set that actually gives you leverage, I've put together something for you. I created the Hacker's Blueprint. It is a complete 3-in-1 bundle designed to take you from zero to a dangerous level of competence. It includes the Python Masterclass to automate the boring stuff and build powerful tools, the ethical hacking manual to understand vulnerabilities and security, and the cybersecurity protocol to lock down systems. This isn't about learning to code for the sake of coding. It's about learning to control the machine. It's the knowledge that separates the people who get fired from the people who are indispensable. Stop being a tool for the tech companies and start becoming the architect of your own value. Check the link in the description. Grab the bundle and start building your immunity to the market crash today.